The case against R. Kelly has been all sadness and tears, when considering so much was done behind closed doors, with no media access allowed in the courtroom. So many witnesses brought to the stand and a few for the defense. The highlight of the questioning, however, was when one of the defense witnesses was brought to the stand, and amidst submitting a defense for R. Kelly, he asked that the judge allow him play his demo for the R&B king to listen to, just in case he was interested in signing him. According to the witness, he was willing to work with R. Kelly in case he still had the opportunity. This was all fine and acceptable, the fan bit being the forum at which he presented his rather ambitious proposal. No one would have expected such a stunt from a person on the witness stand, right in front of the relentless jury of 6. It however came in handy at a time when R. Kelly was being bashed from all corners, and made to sound like he was a monster that no one would wish to work with ever again. What surprised onlookers was the fact that this guy seemed more than ready to play his song right inside the courthouse, and in the presence of the judge. The imagination of a scenario that the judge said, "Yes, it's okay," leaves people wondering how this could have played out. In any case, this created a light moment right in the middle of a hot trial that had been deemed a boring 1 month for all of us that followed the case. Meanwhile, speaking of humor, it appears R. Kelly, just like the unpredictable defense witness, is yet another guy with a great sense of humor. According to a former inmate in the MCC, Kelly is fond of cracking jokes in prison that make everyone laugh. He also was reported to have been singing for inmates back in the Chicago MCC, creating memorable musical moments for the inmates, who couldn't help but go crazy upon hearing his seamlessly smooth voice echoing across prison walls. He literally donates a free show every time he opens his mouth, the R&B king. Some inmates say they are glad they can now get this for no cost, something they would die to pay for on the outside. R. Kelly is said to be a very approachable, and therefore sociable person by the inmates. Known by everybody in the detention center, R. Kelly is loved and respected by all. When the defense witness took the stand and asked that his song be sampled for the R&B king to listen right in front of the judges, artists that had dropped their works with R. Kelly, and those that expressed regret for working with him were quick to react. Some describing the witness's proposal as a stage scene aimed at making R. Kelly look more sociable and approachable than the prosecution suggested. But no investigations have been able to determine this. It turns out the R. Kelly almost everyone was running away from was suddenly back on social and professional demand. It looks like while many were expressing regret for working with Kelly, someone was more than interested to get started. Even if it meant announcing his interest during a court session. When he was asked why he would want to work with a man no one else wants to work with, he answered, "Remember, one man's meat is another man's poison." As the Christian I am, this reminds me of the story about the Good Samaritan. Many saw the man that had been beaten to near death lying near dead by the roadside and simply walked away. Only one man stopped and felt he needed to help. Like this one person, the witness found purpose in the R&B king when no one else did. Well, who knows? This could be the first thing Kelly does when he eventually gets out of prison. It turns out this witness had been doing some musical work with Kelly before, and simply used the opportunity to let Kelly know that he, unlike many people in a similar position, was willing to continue collaborating with him. He also wanted the world to know that he was completely unapologetic about it. The love and solidarity he displayed during this cross-examination was indeed new energy in the courtroom. The way many artists reacted to this event made me realize that the R. Kelly criticism is simply another infamous witch hunt. Many were referring to the witness as crazy. One said he didn't believe the witness was in his right senses. It looks like whoever goes against the hate R. Kelly roller coaster is quickly regarded an enemy and promptly bashed. If their interests were not selfish, where would they find a problem with one of the defense witnesses showing interest to continue working with Kells? Learning that R. Kelly is actually loved by his prison inmates makes many R. Kelly fans relax their worries for his safety behind closed doors. Especially considering he has been attacked before. According to Lady T, these are simply bona fide haters. Whoever attacked the pro-Kelly witness for his desire to work with him is indeed a selfish hater. It is not proper to imagine that once you hate someone, everyone else around you should do the same. This is how cults are formed. Hatreds and preferences are introduced among masses in form of doctrines to follow day by day, and before you know it, one is already part of a cult movement. According to Squeak, like the defense witness, I will never stop listening to his music. R. Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly don't deserve this what he is going through. He was already assumed guilty before he even went to court. R. Kelly has worked with many great celebrities and more, and these have depended a lot on his impeccable talent. He's written music for many artists. I am sad to see them all drop him like he made a mistake to help them. Well, for me, I will never stop listening to or playing his music. At a time when everyone felt there was no hope, someone stood their ground and told haters to go to hell, as he was not about to join the bandwagon of pushing Robert to the wall. He went as far as showing to the world that Kelly is not the monster most people who had worked with him were trying to portray, saying he was willing to work with him meant a great deal. According to Mariana, if I had the chance to be heard, of course on defense of Robert, I would have made the forum understand that the monster theory was all a hoax and a strategy to defame the R&B king. Thank God someone tried to do this on my behalf. Sounds like I had sent a personal representative in the house that day cause he weighed the very things I would have said. The world needs to change from the hypocritical nature we have all turned to and return to sincerity. Enough is enough. Robert has been made to suffer enough. I wish I had a way to reverse this process and make him free again, but I guess the only acceptable approach is either a retrial, or an appeal, which new lawyer Jennifer Bonjean is working on. For now, all we can say is we love you, Kels, and we wish you total freedom. Thank you for watching LFN News, a production of LFN Media, giving you another view of issues at hand. To get notified whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. And remember to give us your comment on the subject matter below.